G'day all, it's Colin from PC TLC and thanks for joining me. In this video, I'm going to be looking at a viewer request from a little while ago, but it's taken me a while to get there. But this one here, LibertyOS, the world's first blockchain operating system. I was going through this website. It's got a vision here. It's a blockchain operating system heavily focused on user privacy, security, speed, stability, and accessibility. LibertyOS combines a novel token model with a blockchain-centric advertising platform to radically transform user experiences. Apparently, users get smoother, faster, cleaner, secure, data-safe systems and can earn cash by opting into pre-screened, anonymous, non-intrusive ads. Advertisers, publishers receive better ad reporting and increased revenue shares built by highly skilled researchers and industry experts. LibertyOS prevents the way forward for everyone interested in privacy and security on the open web. So this is LibertyOS. I went through this website, tried to find out what it was based on. Really couldn't find any information. It's got powerful Office suite, performant gaming system, high security and privacy, system-wide ad blocker, onion routing via Tor, no tracking, support of various cryptocurrencies. So I have a little diagram there. No malware, no spyware, system ad blocker, runs fast on computers old and new. System requirements, minimum requirements, 1 gig of RAM, 16 gig of storage, minimum display 640 by 480. Recommended though is a 2 gigahertz. Highly recommended is probably 2 gigahertz. Dual core with 2 gigs of RAM and 30 gigs of hard drive space and 640 by 480 resolution. For ATI, some may require the proprietary FG-LRX driver. For Intel, you may need the i915 or better, except GMA 500 aka Pulsbo, don't know what that is, and Nvidia with their proprietary driver. So that's their website. Games, LibertyOS is perfect for cryptocurrency users. LibertyOS is for multimedia and a highly experienced team. There. So LibertyOS was created by a team of highly skilled and experienced people. The team worked for industry leaders such as Microsoft, Google, Amazon and IBM, and researched at the top universities such as UC Berkeley, Stanford University and Harvard University. So that's the team. I tried looking to see what it was based on, couldn't find anything. Just a couple of links there. So we've got this download page, because I couldn't find download on this website either. So eventually found the download on a SourceForge page. So here it is here, LibertyOS. Got a summary here. Features, cryptocurrency wallets, Ethereum support, Bitcoin support, Litecoin support, Tor, library, DLive. And then you got some reviews here, only one. It is based on Linux. I don't know why it isn't clear in the documentation of the project. I don't see how it is based on blockchain. So there's some comments there. Anyway, let's get on with it. I'm going to install this in a VM on VirtualBox, and then I will put it on real hardware and check it out there. So that's what I downloaded, this one here. I'll add the link in the description. So let's get on with the install. LibertyOS. I've run this live twice, checked it out, and that's your boot screen. So it's got the LibertyOS UEFI CD Nvidia non-free. I'm on Intel, so I might boot up with this one here. I would say if you've got Nvidia, you'd be using this one. Otherwise, if not, you'd probably be using this one here. So here we are on the desktop or the live desktop of LibertyOS. And as you can see, we've got an install LibertyOS here. I was very confused as to what this was based on. So what I did was open a terminal and you'll quite clearly see live user Arch ISO. So it looks to me like it's based on Arch. It's telling me the guest editions update available. I won't bother with that at the moment. I just want to use this to install. So it's quite clear they've got a lot of stuff installed in here, and we'll go through that after we install on real hardware. So I haven't actually checked out the installer on this, so we'll be checking this out together because I don't know what they're using to install. So let's do that. So it's the Calamares installer. I had a feeling it would be that anyway. So let's check out which installer we've got. 3.2.20. That's the going installer currently, is that version there. I've seen that quite a few times. So American English, Australia Perth is correct for me, and English Australia, English Australia. It's next. English Australian, leave that on default. Now actually I'm on UEFI, so I probably should have started with Gparted. I would think they've got Gparted in here. Let me look. Gparted, yeah they do. Let's just see how we go with this. So that's the hard disk, it's about 30 gig. So new partition table, GPT. Yep, that's on GPT. It's a bit hard to tell. I don't know why that's got a circle around that one. GPT, okay. Create. Now someone was mentioning to me the other day under the comments of one of my videos about this interpretation of MIB. He was saying it's megabytes, not megabytes. I don't know. I treat it as megabytes. Can anybody confirm what that MIB actually means? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's reading as 29,712, which is what I created, was a 30 gig disk. But why is it saying MIB instead of MB, which was very interesting, I thought. Anyway, that's going to be 512 megabytes. I'm going to do that as a FAT32. And mount point will be boot EFI. Oh, and this one's got flags. That's interesting. This one's got flags. I haven't seen that before. Because I normally do it with GPT, so maybe this... with GPT. I normally do it with Gparted, so maybe I'll be missing out on this bit of the installer. We need the boot flag, don't we? Because it's already set as boot EFI, so we need the boot flag. It would be BIOS grub if you chose, instead of GPT, BIOS legacy, I think it was. So let's go for that one. And then we've got free space. We'll create from that. And I'm just going to do another, leave that as it is. And it's got some good information here, so it looks really good. I'll leave that on ext4, mount point will be root for the rest of it, and we don't need any flags for that. And that should be all we need. Hopefully it doesn't complain that it needs boot information or something. An EFI system partition is necessary. I told it was an EFI. Let's go back. Let's cancel the installer. I don't know why Calamares has such a problem with this. I really don't. Unless it's me, it might be me doing the wrong thing. There might be a way of doing it in Calamares that I'm doing it incorrectly. I don't know. So I'll make up my own disk here. A partition table is required. Create partition table, and I'll go for GPT, apply that, and new 512, enter. It'll be a FAT32. I'll give it a name, EFI boot, and I'll just name it all over. EFI boots, and add that, and then the next one will be new, leave it as that. I'll leave everything the same. It'll be root, and down here I'll put root as well. Add that and apply that, close that, and then we'll right click on this one and manage flags, and we'll give it the boot ESP. So for some reason it needs boot ESP, but it doesn't allow you to put ESP unless I missed ESP in the boot flags on Calamares there. I'm not sure. Don't remember seeing it. So let's run the installer again. I'll run through that. Manual partitioning, that one there. We'll still format. Mount point will be boot EFI, and it's got boot there, which is what I did before, but it didn't work. Just doesn't seem to be able to cope with the ESP for some reason. I think that's what it is. Format that ext4, that'll be root partition, and OK, and next. And we get no error. Use the same password for administrator account. Yep, password fails the dictionary test. Is that right? Oh boy. That's strange. I've used that password for just about every VirtualBox I install. And this one's telling me it's failing the dictionary test. Oh, really? What's going on here? Why isn't that redoing the password? I have to delete it or something? Okay. So, and you got to delete it to start again. That's a bit weird. The password fails a dictionary test. All right, this is not a good start, is it? Maybe we need a capital. Your passwords do not match. Now I've got that highlighted and oh, this is terrible, this thing. Fails the dictionary test. So Liberty 1 with an exclamation fails the dictionary test. ABC123 fails the dictionary test. I can't type over that. I have to actually delete it. Liberty OS 1 fails the dictionary test. Maybe you're not supposed to use the name of the operating system. My password 1 is what I gave it, and that's what got through. I'm going to have to remember that now. So obviously they're not allowing simple passwords, and they're not allowing passwords that's got the same name as the operating system. I just do that because it's easier to remember. Probably not bad in a way that they force you to use something that's not easy to crack, but also at the same time, that's just a pain in the backside. So let's get on with that and install. Yep, install now. So that is the install complete. We shall shut this VirtualBox down and finish the rest of this video on real hardware and have a look around and see what Liberty OS is all about. So before we make our way to the desktop of real hardware, I just want to take you through the startup process of Liberty OS. You'll see a little splash screen there, like so, with the Liberty OS logo. And then we have the Liberty OS, and I think from memory that's using the current wallpaper once logged in. So that is the login screen there. You've got time up the top there, suspend, restart and shutdown. And if we click on our name, like so, it zooms in and gives you some blur, so that's quite nice. So we'll log in and just see what the wallpaper is on the login. And that's the login of Liberty OS. We will now go into the desktop of Real Hardware. So here we are in the desktop of Real Hardware. I'm on the Toshiba laptop that does have Nvidia. So I haven't really looked around at all. I've just set up simple screen recorder and that's it. So it's running here in the dock, as you can see, or up here. You can check it out from the Windows buttons up there on the panel there. So here we are, Liberty OS. We have some sort of customized XFCE whisker menu here running. And if we look at properties of the whisker menu, it tells you there. There's a little bit of a difference to what you would normally see. We have a panel button. You can change the icon. We have behavior and commands. Now the commands are very much putting settings manager, lock screen, switch user, and they all show up here. Log out, restart, shut down, suspend, hibernate, log out. So let's check that out. They're all along the top here. Now, while I was in the live disk, if we turn all these off, there'll be nothing to see on top of the menu there, like so. We do have this one here, edit applications and edit profile. So I don't know where that relates to in the system because it definitely doesn't show anything in the menu as far as I can see. Let's just check out. Let's just move that way. There's nothing there. I've got my profile here, failed to edit profile. Don't know what that's all about. So that's that straight off the bat. So there are a few, you got search options there. You can search the internet with a question mark if you put a question mark there and then put a search term, it'll take you directly to that search in the default browser. And then you got some different scenarios here for the menu as well. So that's just a quick look at the menu properties. What I do want to look at is the things that they've got in here. Straight off the bat, you can see they've got deep in terminal. Let's go through the applications. Now you do have a right click and applications in the right click, so you can run a program. And we've got mail reader, file manager, terminal. So here we have accessories, and I'm pretty sure that's everything in the accessories there. So if we go to the menu and go to accessories, we'll be able to run through this a little bit. XF Burn, Weather, Thunar File Manager, Task Manager. Got the software tokens there, which I've seen in some Arch distros here and there. Screenshot Plank, which is this one down here. Notepad QQ. Mousepad, LeafPad, Files, Deep in Terminal, Code OSS for code editing, Clipboard Manager, Catfish File Search, Calendar, Calculator, Bulk Rename, Archive Manager, and Application Finder. They've got a cryptocurrency here. So all those cryptocurrency applications, as stated on the website, you've got in here. I would probably never use any of those. You've got the development here as well, which is where that Code OSS comes under. Electron, never used it. Qt Assistant, never used it. TextMaker, I wouldn't have used any of these things at all. Education Anki, an intelligent spaced repetition memory training program. Some games, and quite a few of them. You got Lutris in here. Graphics, we have an ebook viewer. We got the GIMP, Inkscape, Critter, LRF, viewer for LRF files, Sony ebook format files, okay. A viewer for comic book, Pinter, Ristretto image viewer, and XDVI. Under internet we have Discord, Dropbox, EzeeLinux, FileZilla, GFTP, Google Chrome by default, out of the box, Telegram, Tor browser, Transmission, WhatsApp Dark, multimedia, we have Calibre, Cheese, Google Music Manager, Library out of the box, Parole Media Player, Pulse Audio Volume Control, a simple screen recorder I installed, Spotify, VLC and XF Burn. Office, you've got the WPS Office Suites, Google Docs, ebook editor and dictionary, and then you've got the system. So what I find interesting here is you've got the Deepin terminal, you've got the XFCE terminal, you've got the Thunar file manager, you've got bulk rename there, color profile viewer, but you've also got, not showing up under the system here, I think it must be under accessories, you've also got files. So you've got files, and about files is files 3.36. And then you've got under system is the Thunar file manager. Help and about 1.8.15. Then you've got Deepin terminal, which is a nice looking terminal. You've also got XFCE terminal there as well. So about, all right, I did about for Deepin terminal and it's just completely gone missing. Don't know what the deal is there. Then you got the XFCE terminal here. I don't know where, oh, that must be under here. No, I just want the about. Where's the about? Advanced. Okay, so that's the XFCE terminal. Toggle full screen mode. Open a new tab. Can roll your window up there. No about. No about. So you've also got in the favorites Ristretto image viewer. You got task manager. And let's just see what this thing is doing. Task manager, and we'll go to, oh, there it is there, memory 17%. Don't know if it's got htop. See if it's got htop installed. Yes, it has. So we're using 1.36 of 7.8 gig of RAM. CPUs are fairly quiet. I am recording. Deepin terminal, where is the Deepin terminal? Where did that go? Deepin terminal. Let's just try htop in there. Yeah, it's reporting roughly the same anyway, so that's okay. And then you've got down here the plank. You've got a time on there as well. You've got a calendar up here. It's a little bit, I don't know, it's slightly different to the standard XFCE. It's looks to me slightly bigger, a lot cleaner, very easy to read. Probably the theme that they've got going here is helping with that. You've got your wireless stuff here, wireless mouse, display, brightness, and so forth. And typical XFCE stuff in here. There's sound options, notifications, do not disturb. So you've got your shutdown and dialog box. So we've got about XFCE 4.14. So you've got LeafPad 0.8.18.1, Mousepad 0.4.2. So internet, I thought they said they had the Tor. Oh yeah, there's a Tor browser there. If you're into that sort of stuff for privacy. So let's have a look at the plank down the bottom. I'm sure if we hold the control button and right click, we should be able to get preferences. We could do an icon zoom if we wanted to, like so. Change the behavior. We've got docklets there, which is what that'll be. That's a docklet. That'll be a time docklet clock. It's probably this one here if we put that in there. Oh, if we get rid of that one and then we put that in, you'll probably find it's the same thing. And your options there as well. So now, interesting, they've got a software in here. So let's just check that out. Welcome to software. Let's go shopping. So they're getting Flatpak metadata. So this must be FlatHub. Is it more than FlatHub? I don't know, because this is based on Arch, so it would have to be just FlatHub alone, I'd have to think. I haven't seen like a PAMAC or anything like that in here for updating, so it must be just a standard Arch update command, I would say. We'll check that out shortly. Metadata for KDE apps. And here we have the software application. We have the categories down the bottom, some recent releases up the top here. Shows you what's installed. And then you've got an update here. Software is up to date. So this would only be updating your software for Flatpaks, I believe. So looking for new updates. Software is up to date. So let's explore a little bit. Let's go to audio video. Seems to be quite fast anyway. You got Lollipop there. Let's just check that out. And yes, it comes from FlatHub. Asunder CD Ripper, FlatHub. So everything in here is from FlatHub. I've opened quite a few things, and they are all from the FlatHub store. So that's all FlatHub. Celluloid, FlatHub. So that's just a dedicated FlatHub software application. Find it a bit strange that they've got the archive manager out of the box on the panel or on the dock. DLive live stream on blockchain. I didn't see that in the menu. Let's check out all applications, look for that icon. What's that do? DLive.tv. Okay, I'm not really sure what that is. I've never seen that before. So let's just do a quick search on, it's actually on Google. So DLive TV, what is that? Looks like another YouTube platform by the looks of it, and I probably should know that, but I haven't really heard of DLive before. So it's introduced me to something else. Yeah, do you guys, any of you guys try or use DLive? Because I've never really heard of it before. Maybe someone's mentioned it, but I haven't taken any notice. Is that in the menu, DLive? Don't remember seeing it in the menu. DLive, no. Blockchain, I don't know. It's only on the dock here. I can't find it anywhere else. Live stream on blockchain. Why isn't it in the menu? I don't know. D.live, no, not there. So it must be some. It's just that would be an what would you call it? That must be running in some type of site-specific browser or something. This one, I'm not sure. So you've got EzeeLinux here, which browse the World Wide Web in text mode. Got the Dolphin emulator as a Wii game cube emulator. Google Docs, let's just check that out. Google Docs. You've got GRSync I've seen in there as well. GRSync, synchronize files and folders. Hardware lister. There, let's just check that out. So you've got to sign into your Google account to use the Google Docs. LSHW, I must have opened Lutris accidentally. In executing this program as a normal user will give incomplete and maybe erroneous information. All right, let's just execute anyway. Well, what's the point in having it there if it's got to be run as root, or can we... Oh, there's a run LSHW here. Maybe that'll ask for a password. No? Can we right click or anything like that? Alright, so maybe that's just in the menu because it's installed, but the best way to use that is to run it in the terminal, which is sudo LSHW list hardware. And there's the list of hardware there. I'm not sure if Nvidia is installed or not. We don't have Whisker menu as with the super button, the super key. The Whisker menu is not opening with the super key, so we'll probably have to change that. So we go to Settings Manager and see if we've got should be keyboard and application shortcuts. And if we add XFC for pop-up applications menu, Alt F1. So let's change that to the super key, like so. I don't know what happened there. I went down to the next one. That was really weird. So yeah, XFCE4 dash pop-up dash applications menu. And if we press the super key, no. Oh, we get that menu instead. No, that. Oh, actually, no, that's not. I thought that sounded a bit weird. So if we go back to keyboard and application shortcuts, what was the original one for that? Alt F1. So it should be XFCE4 dash pop-up dash whisker menu, I think it is. Let's try that. Command for shortcut, super key, and let's see if that works. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Yep, there we go. So the super key is now working with the whisker menu. So this D-Live, I'm very interested why that D-Live there is not showing up in the menu. So if I take that out of the dock, how do I get it back in the dock? I don't know which application is that one. So maybe it's this one here, Exodus. Oh, that does your Bitcoin and stuff. Exodus is an all-in-one app to secure, manage and exchange blockchain assets. And we also have Nvidia settings here. So I'll be interested to see whether Nvidia is running. Sony PlayStation 2 emulator, RetroArch, run program. So it's a very interesting choice of web browser, Google Chrome, with a operating system or distro that claims privacy. So I'm not saying it doesn't work, I'm just saying it's an interesting choice. So I've had no experience with all this blockchain thing that they're talking about. So I'm not really sure what they're on about there. Blockchain. You've got these ones here. Let's check out Nvidia server settings. See if we are running on Nvidia or not. Doesn't appear to be opening. I'm curious as to how this is running. This one here, I cannot find this on the system anywhere except for in this dock. So I've done a bit of digging around. Cannot find how this is being launched. It's on blockchain, so I'm not quite sure how that works. So somebody out there may know. I don't know. I've looked under the menu Libre and everything. There's nothing there, and if I was to remove that from the dock, I honestly don't know how I get it back. It's something to do with blockchain. If we have a look here and look at the blockchain site settings, got D-Live there. New to me, not really sure how that's working. So somebody out there knows how that's set up. I'd be really interested in knowing. It's a really weird one because I cannot find it in the menu anywhere, cannot find it in the menu editor, cannot find it anywhere. Strange. So let's have a quick look at desktop settings. And they've got a few desktop backgrounds here. The default wallpaper is actually not bad at all, so I'll stick with that. Got a lot of shortcuts here on the dock, I must say. Got weather as well, and a calendar. Weather, and there's the calendar. Can we add all sorts of information here? Online accounts, manage calendars, and it's got the weather inbuilt there. So there's the weather. I'm not sure whether Nvidia is installed or not because it's not even showing up when I click on Nvidia. So I've done a screen tearing test on YouTube and there's no screen tearing whatsoever, which is good, which indicates that for an XFCE desktop, that normally is not the case out of the box. I've done nothing to set up anything there. It's just working as is out of the box with no screen tearing. That's a good sign. Although it's showing Nvidia in there, it's not opening the server settings. So that's a little bit weird. WPS Office, just have a quick look at that. Oh yeah, confirm the license agreement or whatever it is. I've read, yeah, okay, confirm that. About WPS 11.1.09604. I'm not sure where that's up to be honest. I don't keep tabs on WPS normally. And then we've got the one thing that we haven't done yet is updates. So I'd have to believe that sudo pacman-S YU would be the way to do updates. And this is the first time I've done an update on here. Starting full system upgrade, replace deepin QT5DXCB plugin with the community one. Yeah, let's just do that. I don't know what it means. Okay. And quite a few upgrades going on there, so let's do that. Hopefully we still get a reboot. And as you can see there, it's upgrading to the Linux 5.7.9 kernel. Okay, so one thing I've done, thought I'd check out in the home folder and show. So I've shown hidden files, and I thought I'd check out the configuration of Plank. And there's Plank and the dock for Plank and the launchers. And here we got a DLive stream. Let's open that with LeafPad. And then we've got this desktop here, this launcher, which is being used from user share Liberty OS. So let's check that out. And this one here, let's open that with LeafPad. And we've got a desktop entry here, DLive, that's the name, on blockchain. So that's the name of it. So the icon is dlive.png, user share DLive, and the URL. So that's where that's coming from. Alright, so I'm having a slight problem here with downloading required keys. It's asking me to import this GPG key. Did the default, then try typing Y, then try typing yes, try typing no. And then I cancelled that. Now I may have to run the updates again. So I've run the update again, and then the keys came through. So I don't know what's going on there. So there's a lot of Qt stuff in here and some KDE stuff as well. So seems to be quite a mixture of a lot of things. If we go back through here, Kcodecs, Kactivities, Qt5, Kwallet, Qt5, Quick Controls. There seems to be quite a mixture of a lot of things in this desktop. And they've got Vala in here as well, by looks at some Vala, upgrading Vala. Vulkan headers, Wine staging. Definitely Nvidia's there. I don't know how Nvidia's running. We'll see if it runs after reboot. If it runs after reboot. That's if we can reboot. And that's the complete upgrade finished. We're on Liberty OS. I'm going to shut down and reboot and see how we go. So here we are back in the desktop of Liberty OS. That was a pretty big update/upgrade. But things went okay. It rebooted, no problem. So everything seems to be working fine. So no problem there at all. So that was the Liberty OS desktop for the users with privacy and security, speed and stability in mind. Quite different to what I'm used to. Seems to be a lot of different components within this desktop under the Arch system here. So I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting and informative, and thanks for watching.